Welcome to Stars on Air. Stars on Air. ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളുടെ സ്വന്തം RJ തുഷാർ. നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത് the one and only RAJ SHETTY. Welcome to Stars on Air, sir.
Thank you, Tushar.
And welcome to Qatar.
Thank you.
ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ് ഖത്തറിലേക്ക് വന്നിട്ടുള്ളത്. എനിക്കറിയാം ഖത്തർ എക്സ്പ്ലോർ ചെയ്ത് കാണാനുള്ള സമയം കിട്ടിയിട്ടില്ല. But it's a place we should explore. It's a beautiful place.
Okay. I asked what are the things that you have here? And Qatar, that is one thing I have.
Yeah, Qatar is beautiful. Especially if you love art and culture a lot. Qatar.
I'm an artist, bro.
And that's what it's called. You know what it's called? It's called Qatar Cultural Village.
Wow.
So it's beautiful. There are a lot of exhibitions happening edeke and all that. There's good food. If you are a foodie, you will love the food here.
I eat a lot, yeah.
Then there you should visit souk, which is like ividate local market poleteyana. So they've done it in a very traditional form. Pare market aanu. Appo adile keri chenumba thanne it's very nice. Some places when you visit, like some of the smell of spices.
Wow.
Then some places just for pet. That's my favorite part. Okay,
I love. Yeah. Sorry, I had 7 in Mangalore. One I lost. I still keep on counting him.
I'll be your tour guide.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So let's come to the movie. The reason why you're here in Qatar is Turbo. Turbo എന്ന സിനിമയെ കുറിച്ച് ആദ്യം തന്നെ സംസാരിച്ചു തുടങ്ങാം.
Turbo ഒരു entertainer പടം. I think the reason I selected this film was how well the character of Vetrivel Shanmugasundaram was written. And now when I watch the film, I would watch it because of Mammootty sir. I really believe it would be much more personal and much more impactful cinema for the people who have loved Mammootty sir for a very long time. See, I always believe there are two kind of cinemas. One, it is made to reflect your life. അത് കണ്ടാൽ നമ്മുടെ ലൈഫ് അത് കുറച്ചും കൂടി പെർസ്പെക്റ്റീവ്സ് നമുക്ക് മാറും. അതാണ് first type of padam. Innoru padam varu, actually it makes us forget our life when we are inside the theatre, and we call it as entertainer. So I think both the kind of cinemas are very needed. One makes you intense, one gives you a catharsis. I think come and get it entertained and whistle for your favorite star.
Amazing. അതെന്നെയാണ് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത് എല്ലാവരും വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്തിരുന്നൊരു ചോദ്യമാണ്, how was it working with the legend himself, Mammootty?
Very intimidating. ആള് പക്ഷെ ഒന്നും ചെയ്യില്ലേ.
We will get intimidated.
Yeah, definitely. So he'll just he'll be looking there, and when you look like a man, you don't know how to do a namaskaram. So you forget everything. But the thing is, he's the most comforting star. He doesn't trouble you at all, and with that he also comforts you. Ipo korchum kodi action scene innal, even to say a dialogue, if we are intimidated, how do you do a punch or how do you do a action scene, nalla pediyale.
Correct, yeah.
If you touch him,
by mistake
like where do you run?
That's true. Oh my God. I was just imagining it visually.
I was telling, if I touch, I am running from here. Okay. Pakshe, he is like, why are you not touching? Touch me. I'm like, sir, this is this is the closest I can come. More than this, I can't come closer. She's like, no, you need to give me, only then I can give an impact, only react. But yeah, he's a very, he's a kid-like. He's a child-like human being.
There's a lot to learn from him.
Definitely, yes. Right? Whenever somebody sustains in any field for 42 years, you need to worship them. And when somebody sustains and becomes success all through their career, I think you need to worship them and also study them. But it might take another 40 years to study him as well. You cannot just learn him by watching you cannot watch a race and learn how to drive a car.
Absolutely correct.
No, you need to then enter the pit and check the car and everything. Then you might turn. Then you might know whether you are a driver or not. Then you might be a pro. I think even when we are flying to Qatar, I was asking questions about his old cinemas and accents that he took and everything. Suddenly he gave one scene from where he's a fisherman. I don't remember.
Amaram.
About a father and daughter.
Yeah, Amaram.
He gave one scene. I was almost crying. And the approach to the scene and character was oh my God. But it's a luck and it's my fortunate that I actually played a character in this film. And I was paid in so many ways, not only my fees, other than that, the education, even with the film, for that matter. Vaishak is a brilliant director when it comes to a commercial film. There's a lot to learn from him.
Speaking about Mammootty's movies, is there any movie that, obviously all of his movies are amazing, but anything that you'd specifically like to talk about that has inspired you? Or
recently, the film that I recently saw was Brahmayugam. And the problem was, before that, I was actually working in the set of Turbo. Pinne ഞാൻ വീട്ടിൽ പോയി, അപ്പോൾ ബ്രഹ്മയുഗം സോണി ലെവലിൽ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, സോണി mostly ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, ഞാൻ കണ്ടു. ഞാൻ ആക്ച്വലി നെട്ടിപ്പോയി. നമ്മുടെ ടർബോ സെറ്റിലുള്ള ആക്ച്വലി മമ്മൂട്ടി സാറും പിന്നെ ഇതിലുള്ള മമ്മൂട്ടി സാറും ഒരു കമ്പാരിസണും ഇല്ലാത്ത ഒരാളാണ്. ബോഡി ലാംഗ്വേജ്, ദ വേ ദ വേർഡ് ഇസ് പ്രൊനൗൺസ്, ഈവൻ ദ ക്രാക്ക് ഓഫ് ദ വോയിസ്, ഐ എം ലൈക്ക് it is unbelievable. Like I was so very it's such a great mind blown. Fortunately I watched it later. Okay. If I was watched it earlier I would have scared much more. No, like that's the reason they are great actors.
Have you seen Kadal?
No, I haven't.
And also Nanpagal Nerath.
Yeah, that I have seen.
മലയാളം ഭാഷയിലേക്ക് വരാം. പലർക്കും ഇന്റർവ്യൂസ് റീസെന്റ് നടന്നൊരു ഇന്റർവ്യൂ കണ്ടപ്പോഴാണ് രാജ് ഷെട്ടിക്ക് മലയാളം അറിയോ? കുറച്ച് അറിയും അല്ലേ? ശരിക്കും എത്ര ഭാഷ സംസാരിക്കും?
എന്റെ മദർ ടങ് ആണ് തുളു.
തുളുവാണ്. തുളുവിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു സംഭവം എന്നെ പഠിപ്പിച്ചു തരും. അതറിയാം.
And then I know Kannada. Then I can manage Hindi. And then I can manage English. Then I can manage Malayalam. Then I know another language called as Bari language. Which is
Kurgi.
It's not a Kurgi language. It is actually Malabaris who actually came from down south to our place. The language got mixed with Kannada and Tulu. Enderla.
Okay. Such a nice thing. You know so many languages actually.
Quite Tamil I am learning. Okay. Yeah, let's see.
All right. Telugu ariyilla. Adum kuda padikkanam ini.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's talk about preparing to be Vetrivel Shanmugasundaram. Was there anything, I mean obviously there must have been a lot of back work that you've done. What specifically did you do to get into that character?
See, normally what I do is I study the psychology of the character. Ipo alda physiologically or bodily korchum kudi maata innengile adu because of the way they think. Normally the people who stare at you and speak are like they have only one thought when they speak. That's why we call it very strong people. Okay. So when when you are thinking, when you are listening and your eyes are closing and opening, like head, you have a head nods and you have body movements, that is when okay, he's concentrated but his mind is wavering everywhere. He's a very normal human being. Ipo ee aalde oru society de oru count edukilla, like he doesn't care about how I am perceived by the society. Okay. That's the greatest freedom a human being can have. But when you have a mind where you need to achieve everything and you don't care about the route you take, I think you need to have the most ill mind and you should have the clarity. Adani ende korchum kudi how would he think, how would he walk? He doesn't want to show that he's powerful because he knows that he's powerful. Only weaker men try to prove that they're very strong. Correct. The stronger men, they stay, they look. I think I wanted to be even though I'm very small in the physicality, even the director wanted the same thing, when you look at him, he should look ordinary, but there should be something in him
that's extraordinary.
Extraordinary. He comes down a helicopter and takes a BD and smokes and okay, I know what to do.
That's a swag he brings.
That's a swag.
Yeah.
No, when you have that much clarity, then you walk with confidence. So you're not walking for the society, you're walking because they'll watch.
I also want to take from that and ask you, I remember reading in an interview where you said you don't like acting.
Yeah.
You become the character in front of the camera, and that's something I think from what you've explained that shows how much of homework you put into a character, and probably that's a big message, a big lesson for a lot of youngsters. Or a sentence, what does cinema mean to you in the choikkanannundengil, what will be your answer?
When I was a child, and actually Bhadravati പറഞ്ഞിട്ടൊരു എൻ്റെ ആൻറ്റിയുടെ പ്ലേസ് ഉണ്ട്. അവിടെ സമ്മർ ഹോളിഡേയ്സിന് ഞങ്ങൾ പോകും. അവിടെ പോയിട്ട് we were not from a very well-to-do family or something. We would sell everything to that old iron or bottles or anything to the what shop that is Gujiri.
നമ്മള് ആക്രിക്കട എന്ന് പറയും.
ആക്രിക്കട. So we will sell it and watch. Sometimes even if the chair is good, we'll make the when nobody is watching.
Okay.
Nobody is watching. We'll take the chair and sell and watch the movie, because if they get if they hit us it is after the movie, right?
Yeah, you'll be like, okay, it's okay, I just watch the movie, I'm fine.
I think cinema at that time was escape of life. Okay. Right now for me cinema is art which actually makes me look at me in much more clearer vision. Or actor aayittu pinne or director aayittu or ipo nothing when you get a lot of hype about Turbo and your character. How are you believing that you are worth the hype, and how are you thinking that you are such a great actor and everything? If that happens in your mind, then you need to observe it. For me, like, cinema has been that, like, where I can experiment with myself a lot and then try to become a better human being because of it. So it is a mirror for me, yeah. The simplest answer would be.
Very beautiful way of answering that question.
It
Thank
is a mirror,
you.
yeah.
Also, let's talk about South Indian cinema per se, and maybe talk about Sandalwood and Mollywood. Now you're part of the Mollywood industry as well, and you've been a part of the Sandalwood industry for quite some time. What are the major differences that you see in these two film industries?
I would consider especially Telugu and Kannada industry with the same this thing. So it is much more star-oriented industry. So I'm not telling whether it's wrong, right, nothing.
Right.
And Malayalam and even if Marathi you can call, I think they are content-oriented or writer-oriented industry.
Okay.
It is about writer and technician has a say. Their star has a say. There is nothing wrong because the money that industry is getting from there is because of the stars most of the time.
Right.
So here because of the writers and technicians most of the time.
Okay, that's the major difference.
Yeah, that's the major difference.
Okay. Since we mentioned South Indian cinema today, I think we spoke about it earlier in the live also. Today, where South Indian cinema has reached, South Indian cinema represents a major part of Indian cinema. Earlier, it was just Bollywood that used to represent. Unfortunately, I have to say that. Unfortunately, but today, over the last couple of years, South Indian cinema has made it so big in the in terms of representing Indian cinema. How does that make you feel as a filmmaker?
I'm very happy. The reason being, now everybody has their voice, and when people tell you, hey, whatever you are singing is a beautiful song, then you have much more confidence to sing it much more openly. I think now everybody in the south, down south, has turned into koels and singing beautiful songs, and the world is hearing and nodding their head. I'm very happy about it.
Let's also come back to your movies, from Ondu Muttaya Katha. Is that how you're pronouncing it?
Ondu Muttaya
Katha. To 777 Charlie, to Toby, to now Turbo. Each of your film is completely different from each other. What is your selection process, or how do you select it, I'll do this movie or not?
The most of the film was written by me. I don't want to repeat the same thing that I have done, because I really consider myself very lucky and very fortunate to be in this industry. And I don't want to waste this opportunity by making just money. There's not much more to life and art than that. Oh, I wouldn't mind money, but with that I need a little sleep and much more content.
I love the honesty. Okay, anyway, I think we need to talk about the new wave of cinema that you're bringing into the Sandalwood industry, especially the three Shettys. Now everyone's talking about the three Shetty: Rishabh Shetty, Rakshit Shetty, and Raj Shetty. So I want to know about your bonding, the bonding between the three of you all.
Actually, cinema was the common binding factor in us. We were not friends before cinema.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, once my film released, I became close to them, and they were close with each other. Even that is because of cinema. I think the reason being, we are all from not at all cinema background. Nobody is from cinema. That's the reason whenever somebody does it, it is as if somebody is painting their house and you have a nice brush. What do? If you are a good human being, you would go and lend your brush and all you only would paint for him. So that is what we are doing. When Rishabh was doing Sarakari Hiriya Prathamika Shale, I went there and wrote for him. When Rakshit was doing 777 Charlie, I wrote for him and acted for him. And when I did Garuda Gamana Rishabha, Rishabh acted in it and Rakshit presented it. So that is the collaboration we all have. That is the reason people think we are doing something to Kannada industry. But I wouldn't take that compliment or credit. That is because there are many people who are doing a lot to industry, like Pavan Kumar or Hemant Rao. But their name is not considered because they are not actors.
Correct. I have to be very honest with you also. I was thinking, should I tell you this or not? To be very honest, I still haven't watched 777 Charlie. It's not because of anything else. It's because I know. And I think I told you also, I have a personal experience.
Correct.
Still have the movie with me. I take it on my laptop.
I wouldn't be able to see it now because I lost a pet,
Yeah,
now I won't be able to see.
So I'm so all the responses that came in from all the reviews and everything, I'm just I'm so scared. I know that I will definitely cry.
No, I have asked my close friend not to watch that film. I myself have asked, don't watch.
But you know what, I'm going to take that decision. I'm going to watch it today.
Oh, let's see.
I'll probably text you after that saying, guess what, I cried.
No, you won't cry. You will be broken.
Oh, no.
Yeah, please stay away. Unless the thing is, see, I'm telling you now from personal experience, because once I lost my dog, even now I'm, if you question about it, I'll become, I can't speak about it. Like, yeah, that happens.
So Raj Shetty, thank you so much for joining with me. It was such a pleasure. I don't want to stop, but then unfortunately we have a time constraint and there are people showing me hands from outside. They have to go. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.